let me get this straight. Oba wins King of the Ring and then says, you know what? The title will always be there. That can wait. So I assume, and many others assumed, okay, that's probably going to be like Survivor Series or Royal Rumble or Money in the Bank, Crown Jewel, a later event, right? But then they just say, you know what? I relinquish my King of the Ring opportunity. What was the point? If you're gonna have Seth fight Roman anyway, and he's in the King of the Ring tournament, why not just have Seth win it? Why not? You could have easily have written Oba out of the tournament in general. You could have him go to the finals, and then have Brock cost him in the first round, in the finals, second round, whatever. You had the opportunity to use your brain. So now we wasted an entire tournament that could have been useful for nothing. If you knew he was going to have the match against Brock, which we all knew was going to happen at SummerSlam, why put him in the match? I don't understand that. And then, number 2, why on earth is Braun Breaker the least important person in the division? Logan Paul, he's the talker, right? Paul Heyman don't want to be there. He don't want to be associated with no more. He gone. So Logan Paul's the talker. And then very clearly, Austin Theory and Maxine is like the story of this new storyline, which, it's okay. It's not the worst. It's all right. I'm having fun. So Braun is the least important person in the division. He went from maximum aura in the beginning of the year, fighting CM Punk for the title, holding the World Heavyweight Championship at a house show. That photo is fire. It was like, yeah, give him the title. Whether it's now or WrestleMania or having won Elimination Chamber, something. He needs it. He deserves it. He's got it. But now in mid-July, he's not even important as the tag champs? Are we serious? Yo, Triple H, you want thin ice, bro? I'm not gonna hold you. This man used all the embers of One for All in 2024. All right, his peak is shorter than McGregor's return fight. Like, this is nuts. What is happening? But let's talk about the rest of the show. Io versus Roxanne, pretty good match. She got packed up after the match. Once again, the whole King and Queen of the Ring was pointless because I already talked about it. Moving on. Royce versus Jimmy. It was alright. DQ by Jacob. Tried to pack him up. Solo tried to join the bloodline, but he said, I lied. Psych, nah. Tried to fight back. And we get a 6-man tag at SummerSlam. Usos plus Jacob versus LA Knight, Royce, and Solo. That's finna be enjoyable. LA Knight did say this is the end of the Bloodline Vortex Saga thing, so hopefully that's true, because you need to leave immediately. All right? If you're not having a match with Roman, which it seems like he's not, move on. No more Bloodline. That's it. Move on, whether you go back to SmackDown or whatever. You need to leave the Bloodline Vortex immediately. But speaking of the Bloodline, let's talk about the head of the Bloodline, Roman, right? Him and Seth had the contract signing, called him number 2. He said, yo, I'll give you that. You're my number 1 hater. Gotta respect it. Haters respect haters. Respect. And he said, yeah, you always be number 2. You need money to bank to win championships, and you have to fake an injury to win the money, to cash in the Money in the Bank. Been heat. And then said, you know what? I'm glad I'm not you, bro. I had to look in the mirror and lock in and say, you know what? This is not who I want to be. You know what? I got to change and do this for me. And I did that. W, self-improvement. Got to respect it. And then the good hands commenced. Seth came out on top. So you know what that means. Probably not winning. But hey, speaking of good hands, the IC title gauntlet. Chef's kiss. Phenomenal. No AJ Styles. That was great. All right, Dom versus Joe Hendry. shenanigans. That was alright. Dom versus Javon. You know, Danhausen tried to curse Dom, but it failed? Question mark. He did end up losing immediately after, so I guess it worked technically. But like, you know what I mean? Kind of framed that like it didn't work. Didn't. I don't know. But the next match, oh my God, Javon versus Dragon Lee. I don't care if it makes no sense. Just give these two a best of 7. No story, no nothing. Just say, you know what? Go out 7 weeks, 7 matches. Let them do it. That was phenomenal. Rusev versus Devon, that was a good match as well. Rusev came up with the win. Rusev versus Chad Gable, that was solid. Chad Gable versus Ethan Page, that was solid. Gable wins, thank God. Fighting Penta, he gotta win this. Come full circle. Finish your story, Chad. It started at WrestleMania 40. We're going to end it at WrestleMania. SummerSlam. All right, in your hometown. Get this dub. We need this. All right, because if you don't win, I'm not going to hold you. It's looking rough for you. But we're going to look at the positives. All right, get that win. Let's move on. And last but certainly not least, Bayley and Lyra. Lyra came out looking like a crack addict Sadako from the ring. I'm not gonna hold you. Still kind of bad, but don't worry about that. But she was like, yeah, you're the worst horsewoman. You suck. I hate you. We would never like that anyway. And Bayley like, yo, watch your mouth. Alright? Better listen to accolades. Alright? You do not know who you talking to. Talking to one of the 4 horsewomen. We the ghost of this. Alright, watch your mouth. Chill out. We getting that match. I said that's main event. Put some respect on my name. No Birdman. That match finna cook. Hopefully they give them some time, because you know those two can really make a good match. And I would hate it if it was just disappointing. They're probably gonna extend it past Saturday's main event. Hopefully, because SummerSlam. They struggling, but that's a video for a different day. But speaking of videos for a different day, subscribe so you can see them. Hit that naughty bell. Have a good day. Bye.